Hi friends, I'm Duncan Campbell, and this is Church Creative. So as a really brilliant response to COVID, a lot of churches have started doing at least some of their worship services outside on their campuses, which is fantastic and a really great solution. One of the challenges of that, however, is that it's presumably daylight and you aren't able to do a lot of the staging or lighting effects or even projections that you would be able to do in an otherwise dark worship space. Well, that doesn't mean that your stage has to be boring and without character. So here's a simple way to add some visual interest and pop to your outdoor worship staging. I thought, based on the bars above and the kind of the wood paneling sidewalls that were installed, I thought the Art Deco look would look really good with this. And so I did an image search for some Art Deco corners. Found a lot of good stuff, not exactly what I wanted. I ended up just going into Illustrator and kind of making my own, a composite of what I'd seen before. Then we get it on a computer, gonna throw it up on the wall with a projector, tape it off, paint it with some exterior paint, we'll be good to go.
On the Church Creative scale of difficulty from 1 to Hogwarts, this project comes in at about a 4. It's not really difficult, but all the taping was quite tedious, and of course anytime there's ladders involved, which you'll be going up and down 487 times, you'll want to exercise caution. It was also a bit of a pain to make sure the second corner was an exact mirror image of the first, and that involved getting the projector right and adjusting the keystone and the zoom and making sure that all the lines were even before you commit to putting it in paint. This is definitely one of those projects you don't want to peel off the tape only to realize that one side is crooked.
Don't really stress about the details. You can see right here, I don't have the cleanest lines in the world, and I did have to touch up a few spots, but that's okay because most people will be viewing this from way on back there, and that's far enough away to obscure some of those details that you'll have to go back and touch up. So overall, I'm super pleased with how this project turned out. I think it looks fantastic. But here are a few things that I learned along the way that hopefully will help you if you try and recreate this in your outdoor church environment. First, use the highest quality exterior paint that you can. The stuff that I used, it looked like honey. It was so thick coming out of the can, which that's just really good because it's going to be more versatile and it'll really stand up to an outdoor environment if you plan on using it long term. The part of this project that took me the longest was the taping off of the design, and it really wasn't even that complicated. I mean, it's a lot of lines and right angles. So however long that's going to take you is directly proportional with how intricate your design is in the first place. So keep that in mind when you're sitting at your computer in the design phase. That's not necessarily to say you shouldn't go for a complicated design, but if you do, maybe a better way to approach it would be to send that design to a sign shop and have them make a large vinyl sticker that you could then apply to your staging wall instead of spending all that time taping off and painting. It might be a little more expensive, but I think it would save you a lot of time in the process, and the lines would be cleaner, and it would allow you for some more flexibility to do some really crazy designs, you know, if you wanted. Hit that like button and click and sub and do all the things. Thanks for checking out this video. In 2021, let's pray for creativity and may God get the glory.